A while back, I did a video with a crystal radio and using as a detector a blued razor blade. And it turned out that that blued razor blade was fake, that all I had done is literally taken a blue marker and marked a regular razor blade. This is supposed to be super stainless, but these cheap razor blades are anything but stainless. I think that may refer to like a plastic coating they put on them or something, but anyway, they're clearly not stainless steel like anything I know of. So what I did is I went out and I bought some new ones because somebody suggested that the best comparison would be to take one that was untreated and then one that was actually cooked, heated with an alcohol flame or whatever, and test those two side by side. And I agree that would be a good test, so we'll do that. One I will take and sand with sandpaper, and the other one I will take and heat with a flame to blue it, and then we'll compare those. And what else should we know? Oh, my theory is that the reason they cooked these razor blades was not to change some kind of a structure in the metal, but rather it was to burn off any oil or preservatives, you know, skin oils, soap from shaving and whatever, because they probably wouldn't use a brand new razor blade. That would be unnecessary. So they would take an old razor blade and they would cook all of the junk off of it and then use it that way. But, you know, one way to find out, we will go test this theory. Again, we'll sand one, we'll cook one, we'll stick it on the crystal radio and look at it with the oscilloscope and see which is which. We can see here, this is my original fake blued razor blade, the one that I just used the marker on. And this is a woman talking over here. It's relatively clear. I'd say it's 3/4 of the diode. The other stations, not so good. There's somebody talking. I think it's bleed over from the main station. Yeah. That nearby station is just blowing everything away today. Okay, so that's this. Now watch, I'll prove that it's in circuit when I take this out. Gone. The diode's right here, and you can see it's not in the circuit. I've unscrewed it. It's out of there. So that is the blue razor blade, or the fake blue razor blade, for comparison. This is the actual blued razor blade, and this is the best I can get on it. It's not nearly as good, but I am getting something. I mean, it's barely discernible. Yeah. This is actually the area between where it got the hottest and the least hot, so yeah. Doesn't seem to matter where it's the bluest. Doesn't really seem to matter. Actually, that's a little bit better. This is the area that's, you can still read the brand name on it. You can get as hot. That's an okay spot right there. Okay, so that is the genuinely blued razor blade. Let's try the one that I just sanded on. You can see I've sanded away the name on both sides. There we go. And we'll slip that in here and see what she does. It's hard keeping my hands out of the way. Well, there's something barely. There's some signal. Can you see it? Yeah, you can barely see it on the scope. That's a little bit better. Oh, that's too hard. I don't have the pressure set just right. Oh, there was a good spot. Okay, I'm not stable enough here. There you go. So, yeah, you can see for yourself that the sanded razor blade is just about as good as the actual blued razor blade. And the bluing doesn't seem to matter. I can move it over to the blued spot, but actually it's the areas between the blued spot that seem to work the best. And this one is sanded. So the one that works the best is the original one. Now you say, what's the difference? The original one, in order to get the bluing off, I had to, actually it's the marker, I won't call it bluing, to get the marker off of it, I had to scrape it really hard. And my guess is I damaged the surface of the razor blade. I created some rough points on it. So what's happening is the fine point of my detector here and the tiny points that I raised when scratching this are coming together to make a point contact diode. And so that's really what's happening, and I don't think it has much to do with the material in this case. I mean, this is nowhere near as good as, say, a piece of galena or a piece of pyrite. I think it's pretty much working just because there's two very small areas of contact coming together, and that's it. Okay, so hopefully we have cleared up that question about whether the diodes or the detectors, you know, the blued razor blade is necessary. It doesn't seem to be. It really seems to be just getting a very tiny point in contact with another very tiny area. And the chemistry of the razor blade and all that, yeah, just seems to be moot. Okay, well, hope you found that useful and interesting in your DIY crystal radio experimentation.